safe to come back? Is it safe to come back? I mean, I've been gone for a little while. Is it safe to come back? It's cool? Oh, alright. I was just making sure. So check this out, man. It's your boy Dolo J back with another episode of the Kicking It Dolo podcast, a sports podcast where we talk about football and basketball, past, present, and future, top 5, top 10 stats, and more. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I know I've been gone, bruh. I've been dealing with life, as everybody deals with life. But I'm back, bro. I'm back. The Super Bowl, ended tonight. This is roughly probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. But, yeah, man, the Super Bowl is over. 2 black quarterbacks, 2 brothers on opposing offenses, man. And it was a heck of a game. I liked it. A lot of people say it was very lackluster. And you could kind of say that. It wasn't a lot of big explosive plays. It kind of felt more like I don't know. For the Super Bowl, you would think it would be a lot more explosive plays, big gains, insane touchdowns, crazy grabs. It was one grab that Devontae Smith almost had when he was going down the left sideline. I want to say it was during the second quarter. Yeah. Basically where, he was going and he had the ball. Almost David Tyree style where he just caught it, but, they didn't end up ruling it a reception. They came back to him, I believe, maybe a play or two later, just to get him back the ball and stuff like that. So that was really cool to see. Dallas Goedert it's like they benefited from it, then they didn't benefit from it. So it's like, kind of like the refs, you want to say in hindsight, you can say they made up for the call, basically. Like, all right, we didn't give y'all the Devontae one, so we're going to give y'all the Dallas Goedert one. But Mahomes is just Mahomes, man. End up doing this thing, man. He went 21 of 27 for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also had 6 carries for 44 yards. Pacheco had 15 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. And Travis Kelce had 6 receptions for 81 yards and a touchdown. Pacheco, he really got going more towards I want to say the second half, maybe. Yeah. Like late second quarter, second half, Pacheco really started running the ball. I think he roughly maybe had anywhere from 20 to 30 rushing yards at halftime, but in the second half, he was really running that ball, bro. Really running that ball. At halftime, it was 24-10. The Eagles went down. First possession of the game, basically scored. Jalen Hurts run it in from the red zone, as he does a lot. And then they came back and matched it with the Kelce touchdown. I think it was like an 18-yarder. But previously, to start the drive, they ran the ball with Pacheco, and then, Kelce just made his presence known very early, catching a very good 20-yard. I want to say it was an out route. Could have been an out route. I'm trying to remember what side of the field he lined up on, but yeah, man, it was definitely a good game in my opinion. Now, Hurts, he went 27 to 38 for 304, 1 touchdown, 15 carries, 70 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. So Jalen Hurts was responsible for 28 points by himself. They only scored 35. So he was responsible for, a majority of their points. Gainwell had 7 carries for 21 yards. Devontae Smith did his thing as you expected him to do. Now, I thought he would at least get into the end zone, but he did have 7 receptions for 100 yards. A.J. Brown doing his thing, made his presence known early. Basically accounting for the Eagles' second touchdown where it's just basically like he just located the ball better than the defender. I wouldn't even say, once the ball got in the air, I think the route was just different and he just went and go grab the ball. Now, it could have been something close to where it's like I can't remember the name of the route. I just had the name of the route too. Excuse me, I'm taking my watch off. The watches be hurting when you keep them on too long for sure. But yeah, man. He just outplayed the ball, bro. Went and grabbed it, did his thing. Now Jalen Hurts threw it to him a second time, him being double covered. It was almost interception. So I think AJ Hurts I called him AJ Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I think he want to get the ball to your big play people, bro. But, he kind of put the ball in harm's way. It's like the second half, he wasn't making the same reads. Now Kansas City was getting after him. I'm not gonna sit there and say he just had a clean pocket the entire time. No, he was definitely getting after. He was definitely being pressured and stuff like that. And one thing I really expected coming into the second half of the game was the Eagles to just pound the football. Pounded it. Because they were already winning the time of possession at halftime. I think Pat Mahomes was on the field for maybe 8 minutes and some change. So you definitely, but they were doing it a lot through the pass game. Short receiver screens, slant routes, quick throws, just getting the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands early so he wouldn't take a lot of punishment. Now, he did still run the ball, and I knew, given the magnitude of the game, that he was going to run the ball. I didn't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't know if it would be a big impact on it. Like, I didn't know if he was going to really put himself in harm's way and really just extend himself, but he had no fear running that ball. If he couldn't, he got out of bounds when he needed to. If he didn't really lower his shoulder on anybody. We know he's still dealing with the shoulder injury coming into the game. He had 2 weeks to rest it, but been playing since basically September, August, October. Well, yeah, training camp probably started in August, so they probably start playing real games in September. So, no, training camp started July, excuse me. Preseason is usually late August, early September type thing. But yeah, man, nobody was really 100%. Pat Mahomes, he got rolled up on. It was looking real bad for them. I thought Chad Henne was going to come in the game. Similar to the Cincinnati game. And then Pat Mahomes still ran. He still had a 14-yard scramble, bro. 14-yard scramble on the hurt ankle. I think he got another 6 or 7 yard scramble. I think he got another first down. He ran for 2 first downs in the second half after he rolled his ankle. And I'm just going to come to the conclusion that Pat Mahomes is a cyborg, bruh. Cyborg. So, yeah. That man ain't human, bro. That man is not human. But, still, I commend both teams. Both teams had a great season. The Eagles, I know it hurt, basically, to come this far and, play this well. And, the Super Bowl, first time they were trailing in the postseason. The first time they committed a turnover in the postseason. So they were really playing in unfamiliar territory, given the fact that they usually had the lead and they usually did not turn the football over. And that's what you want from your team. Now, it is the big game, and like I say, Kansas City didn't make it for no reason. But at the same time, that fumble was very, very costly by Jalen Hurts. Very, very costly. But like I said, I commend both teams, both quarterbacks. First time we had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Hopefully it's not the last time we have 2 black starting quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Nick Sirianni, Andy Reid. Y'all boys did y'all thing, man. So, like I said, shout out to both teams. Good game. Harrison Butker ended up winning the game. Basically a game-winning field goal. So, yeah. Good game in my opinion. Could have been a little bit more explosive plays, but it was a good game. So, a couple things going on that's transpired in the NBA. I'm not really going to get into the trades too much. I feel like I'm going to dedicate a whole little video to the trades. I'm going to really dive deep into the trades. I mean, I do know who went where, but, I just want to give my full attention to that and how I think it's just going to impact. And also, I want to get a couple games, everybody get a couple games under their belt with their new team. Now, the only person who I probably would be waiting on for a little while is KD. But for the most part, I just want to dedicate the trade talk to a whole maybe 8 to 10 video on the YouTube channel. So I'm not gonna really get into the trades too much. LeBron did break the scoring record against the OKC Thunder 5 days ago. Well, 6 days ago because it's technically Monday. Against OKC, he had 38, 7, and 3. Russ had 27 and 4 and 8 in his last game. Ultimately, we already know he was traded. AD only had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 30 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Giddey had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Jalen Williams from Santa Clara had 25 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. So, Yeah. That boy's the all-time leading scorer, bro. All-time leading scorer. It's real crazy, man. It's real crazy. Nobody thought, like, when I first started watching basketball and could, like, recall what was going on and start actually really, like, I wouldn't say pay attention to the level I am now, but actually started, like, remembering players, remembering teams, memorizing teams, paying attention to people if they get traded or not, things of that nature. It was around roughly maybe 2007, 2008. I was a big Kobe fan, so, the Lakers were my team back then, but at that time, Bron was the up-and-coming guy, and I never expected my wildest dreams, especially when I found out the scoring record, for anybody to even come close. 38,000 points? What? You're not catching that, bro. And then, Kareem to have the lengthy career that he had, and also, playing with Magic Johnson, and also, doing this thing in Milwaukee before he got there. And basically, I believe he won a championship with Oscar Robertson before. Yeah, he won a championship with Oscar Robertson with Milwaukee before he went to LA. So I think that was part of the reason why, LA wanted to bring him in and stuff like that. But for that record to stand for, 40 years, and as long as it stood, it's just crazy, bro. So shout out to LeBron. And I know a lot of people were saying, oh, he didn't win the game, and Michael Jordan wouldn't have did that, and this, that, and the third. And I can get the win the game part. I can get that. And the NBA is soft. Michael Jordan would have easily got that. I ain't got nothing to say to that. All I say is, man, just let the man enjoy his moment. Now, do it look like he probably was chasing it? I mean, I ain't gonna too much ready to say, certain things I just keep my opinion to myself. I figure like, all I'm gonna say is this. The man had family, his mom, his wife, his daughter, both his sons, people he went to high school with, friends, all types of celebrities came out. Jay-Z, Denzel Washington, just to name a few. And they say Denzel Washington had been in a setting like that in over 3 years, pre-pandemic. He brought him out, and who else? It was a lot of people there, bro. It was a lot of people there. Also, it was in LA, so of course, but a lot of people was there, bro. A lot of people was there. So we're just gonna talk. So now we're gonna move on to All-Star, because All-Star Weekend is this weekend. So we have the starters for the East. The starters for the East are Giannis, Durant, Kyrie, Tatum, Mitchell, and for the West, James, Curry, Luka, Jokic, and Zion. So we do know the fact that Curry's not going to be an All-Star game and Zion's not going to be an All-Star game. Now, I don't know who's taking Curry's spot. I need to do some more research on that. But we do know Anthony Edwards is in as far as the on the West side. Even though it's not traditionally East versus West, it's a pool of West players and a pool of East players, basically. But yeah, also Kevin Durant won't be in the All-Star game. So, I wonder who's going to take his spot. But, the reserves, we have SGA, Paul George, Jaren Jackson Jr., Lillard, Marketing, Moran, and Sabonis. East, we have Brown. He's going to miss the All-Star game due to the recent, I want to say facial fracture that he suffered. Bam, Julius Randle, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton. So, yeah, man. So, does De'Aaron Fox? Should De'Aaron Fox get Curry's spot? I feel like De'Aaron Fox should get it. Him and Sabonis have been playing real well this season, man. So, I don't know who's going to be on what team, but definitely it's going to be an exciting All-Star game. Like I said, De'Aaron Fox was part of the group people say were snubbed. And, they say Paul George probably didn't deserve it given the fact that he did miss a lot of games. And when you make that point, I can understand it. Now, also, it is a fan voting type of thing. But I think Kawhi did not make it. I think a lot of people, cited the old load management type deal. load management type deal. And I'm a Clippers fan. I think the load management, it helps and hurt us. I think it's a way to load manage and still keep a rhythm. But at the same time, it's going to be very hard to keep a rhythm if you don't play 3-4 games in a row. Or you play 3-4 games in a row and then you miss 2-3 games. And then you play 3-4 more games and then you miss 2 more games in a row. So it's going to be very, very, very hard. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk about too much of the trades, but I do like some of the additions that we made. Definitely, got a young player, just some solid vets. That's all I'm going to say. Gonna let the trade video be its own thing. Not going to really speak too much into it. And, so yeah, this is going to be a quick video, man. I didn't really expect it to be too long. Maybe 20 minutes in length, maybe 17 or 18. But, and if he comes back and unretires, I'm going to be so upset. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and give Tom Brady his flowers. I'm not calling the man the greatest or anything like that. I stay out of that debate, really. Is he an all-time great? Yes. But greatest, I just stay out of that, bro. Do he have more championships than any NFL franchise? Yes. But, I just stay out of it. It's crazy that the guy with the 199 pick in the 2000 draft out of Michigan, started fourth on the depth chart. At the end of his first season, ended up being second on the depth chart. And, Drew Bledsoe basically suffering internal bleeding. I forgot what the exact name of the injury was. It was hard for me to pronounce it. But basically, when you sum it down to it, it was basically like internal bleeding. Mo Lewis, injured by the Jets. And, Tom Brady's career basically was a Hall of Fame career ever since. It's crazy because he didn't throw any touchdowns or any interceptions in his next week. He ended up going against the Colts. 13-23, only had 163 yards. But they would go on to win the Super Bowl. In his career, 251 wins total, 15 Pro Bowls, 5 Super Bowl MVPs. 5, bro. That's crazy. 7,753 regular season completions, 12,050 attempts, over 89,000 passing yards, 649 passing touchdowns in the regular season. Postseason, 20 appearances, 48 games started, 35 wins, 10 Super Bowls, 7 rings, 1,200 completions, 13,400 yards, 88 passing touchdowns, 14 game-winning drives, and 9 fourth-quarter comebacks in the postseason alone. If we just going off his postseason stuff, his postseason alone is just Hall of Fame, bro. But in totality, it's been a crazy ride, Tom. 23 seasons. Now, last year you retired, and you came back. So, if you could do it this time, I'm going to be upset, bro. Because now you're just going to null and void my whole video, bro. But I'm going to give you your flowers now, bro. If this is really, really the end of your playing career. Because you might pull a Sean Payton and go work for Fox for a year and decide you want to come back. But nah, Tom a little too old to be getting hit like that, bro. Tom's starting to get the gray hairs now, bro. It's time to wrap it up, bro. But I just wanted to end the video off by giving, one of the greats of all time their flowers. If it really is the end. So, hey, it better be the end, bro. Because I ain't trying to come back and redo this video at no time. Or this part of the video or dedicate it. I was going to give you a whole video. But given the fact that you have definitely went back on your word, bro, I don't know if I can give you the whole video. So I'm just going to give you the last 4 or 5 minutes of this video. This is all that you get, Tom. Might get a small documentary once it's finalized and stuff like that. But you only get 5 minutes now, Tom. That's all you get. Until we know for certain that you gone this time. But it's been your boy Dolo J. Appreciate y'all coming to kick it with me, man. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'm back, man. I'm back. I might get into that trade video soon. I might start back doing the throwback Thursdays. But y'all know it's strictly NBA now until the finals. The NFL season has commenced. Kansas City Chiefs are now the Super Bowl champions. And we will wait till next season to see if they can defend their title. But like I said, this has been your boy Dolo J. Until next time, peace out.